I am the maniacal Dr. Watson. Welcome back to Sunless Skies. Last time we went through some mild adventures, exploring a little bit of the southern part of the map, and then we got distracted by a sky-maddened captain. So we made our ways down to Magdalene, and now we have quite a few things pulling us towards Port Prosper. So we're actually going to head there next. While originally we were planning on heading in this direction, we've kind of got a little bit distracted, but I think that's fine. We're kind of taking a little bit of a risk, and we're very light on general materials. But that's because this should be a short trip, hopefully. That's at least the idea we're going for. Oh, damn. I don't know. Is it G? H? Nope. Hold on. I always forget the dang old controls in this game. Interact, explore, toggle light. I always forget there's a horn. It is C. How do I... Oh, you hold nothing? Or you hold it down? I don't know how to control that. Or does this one not have... Also, I like how I got distracted. Wait, what was that I could interact with? Maybe this one doesn't have the same... I don't know what I'm interacting with here. The War of Fossils. When settlers arrived in the Reach, miners flocked to this frozen rock, lured by the promise of hours stored in its core. An eruption of Cantankerous had left it in its current mangled state. A makeshift graveyard stands at the lip of the rock, a memorial and a warning. We could pay respects, light the lanterns, leave, or mine for unclaimed hours if we had carefully packed munitions. It's a 41% chance. Lanterns doused by the sleek mark of the ramshackle graves. Relighting them would commemorate the dead, but might disturb any cantankerous that still slumber here. This is a bleak place, home only to the dead, and the cantankerous that killed them. There's nothing for you here. I don't know. I'm gonna leave, and we might want to come back. A swift departure. Yeah, I think we might want to come back here, though. Because I don't really know what commemorating the dead would do for us. So I don't want to do it. Also, I think I'm getting this confused with, its predecessor, Sunless Skies. Where there was, like, the ability to, like, overrun your engines effectively. Maybe I'm not crazy. We are doing well at the moment. There wasn't like another particular thing we needed bronzewood for, was it? Was there? And there was that. So there's, you push C once. I'm slightly confused. Oh, that requires a saying. Yeah, I'm slightly confused about the full steam ahead. Time is devious. Yeah, apparently time is devious. Is it here? So considering we have to literally go through Port Prosper in order to get to the Albert, or the Albion relay. We might as well stop here. Queen's Cross Station. Crammed at the feet of a hulking crag, Port Prosper is a little London divided into an affluent West End and an impecunious East. Queen's Cross is a busy station crowded with engines that have arrived through the nearby transit relay from Albion. Adventurers and pioneers gather here freshly arrived from Albion, all waiting transport further into the Reach. Oh, I think we didn't do a... We might not have done about all this. Let's start at the clock tower. We need both? Oh. Okay, that's slightly frustrating. Let's write a port report. Might as well. Let's go ahead and search for the Amenable. Wealthy West Enders strut by, exchanging polite greetings, and veiled gossip, while city East End workers file to the hour refining factories. Peeling posters promise fresh, wholesome lives in the Reach to new arrivals, but most of the posters are years old. More newcomers arrive at Port Prosper than ever leave. The house might still be here. It had purple walls which would surely stand out. If not, you have the locket. Not a soul in Port Prosper recognizes the locket. Who's that then? Does he still wear his hair like that? Fancy? Become familiar refrains. More promising is the house you saw painted in the Amenable Host chamber. You locate several candidates, all apparently repainted over the last couple of years, but one is in the exact location as the host's painting. Nobody seems to remember who owned it or why, but apparently it had once been associated with the Parlor of Virtue, established not long after Port Prosper's foundation. You have uncovered nothing definitively conclusive here. You may return to the Amenable Host or look elsewhere. You have found no conclusive evidence of the Amenable Host's identity at Port Prosper. I don't think we're going to take a factory tour today, even if it might be something different. So we could explore Port Prosper. Visit the Windward Company. Let's ask about the Albion Relay. The Albion Transit Relay lies in a cul-de-sac close to the Port Prosper dock. There, locomotives can secure passage to the far-off territories of Albion, where London lies. Inquire about passage to Albion. I think we've done this. A gorillas captain is delighted to have an excuse to talk. I'm happy to help, bruv. Happy to help. They point down the docks. There you are. Keep going past the port. You can't miss it. If you've good eyes, you might be able to see it from here. Passage ain't free, mind. You can travel first class if you have a ministry stamped permit, or you can bring a couple of barrels hours to travel second class. We actually have a permit, but we aren't planning on going Albion today. The parsimonious chairman's office. So we can go to the parsimonious chairman's office. The offices of the Windward Company on Port Prosper are elegantly appointed, if antiquated. Paintings of old London adorn the walls. The parsimonious chairman has worked for ruthless captains. He sits behind an imported mahogany desk, a decanter of brandy to the left hand, and a series of neatly stacked reports as right. A fire has been lit in the cavernous earth. It is too warm. So we can listen to him? We should go ahead and do that. He pours the brandy into 2 glasses, then produces a ruler to measure the amounts. To business, he smiles, revealing the extensive damage to his teeth. I was a pugilist back in London, a young man's game. He stands at the window, watching the straight starlight bathe the sloping streets of Prosper. This place exists because of constant work, from the politicians who planned it, to the pioneers who built it, to the soldiers who even today defend it from the Tacadies. We have need of more such work. Bring me nameplates from Tacady engines. We keep lists. You will be rewarded. Sure. We're already fighting the Tacadies, so we don't really have a reason not to. Refills your glasses. Cheers. Your glasses clink at another wash of heat comes from the hearth. I'm glad that there are those in the Reach dedicated to our vision. So we're now hunting down nameplates for the Tacady office. I'm curious about this one. Explorers, adventurers, pioneers gather here freshly arrived from Albion, all awaiting transport further into the Reach. A returning Skyfarer is always the center of attention in the East End's pubs. Your tales could inspire listeners to settle at other ports. We have 11 Sky stories. A crowd gathers to listen to your tales. Your stories of daring escapes and fingernail victories go down almost as well as the whiskey. Ambition dawns in several bloodshot eyes. Some might even follow through on it when sober. Oh, so do we have to wait, or can we immediately go back? Transport a settler. Would-be pioneers clamored at the station, eager to make their fortunes among the stars. I'd appreciate if you took me to Trader's Wood. I'm in the mood for a spot of sport. She smiles benignly as one of your crew carries her steamer trunk on board. And if you'd be so kind, could we do some hunting on the way? The chorister bees have been attacking again. I'll pay you for the trouble of killing them, of course, but only if you do it quickly and only if you harvest a stinger for me. They want to be taken to Trader's Wood. Sure. Okay, that seems like enough here. Now, unfortunately... Ooh, we can buy unseasoned hours here. And they're selling jumbles of undistinguished souls. Well, I think we should probably do that. We're sort of in need of lightening our load a little bit. So apparently we need to visit the relay. I don't think we've actually been to the relay itself. So this, I think, will be a first time. The Albion Transit Relay, a stone edifice scintillant with sigils, is encased in a contrivance of steel and brass. This is a Singe Jenkins relay, allowing transport via a loophole in some Konzik mandate across the sunless wastes to a far-flung district of heaven. This one leads to Albion, the heart of the new British Empire, and the seat of Her Renewed Majesty's Queen Victoria. So we're here to check on delayed passage. Ooh. Bribe the superintendent to give you a travel permit. So we don't actually have a Reach Albion transit permit. Oh, interesting. So if we get a second ministry stamped permit, we can get one. Or if we just simply had unseasoned hours, we could use that. Interesting. Well, let's check on the delayed package. It turns out that the previous courier was detained for having the wrong paperwork. Fortunately, the goods were impounded on this side of the relay. Sign here. The board customs official is glad to clear some space in their cramped office. As long as you don't want to travel between regions without the appropriate paperwork, they couldn't care much less about cargo. This package has been serving double duty as a card table for the last week, but now it's yours, and the people of Magdalene's will be glad to receive it. We have collected the goods, and let's remain in the Reach, as was our plan. So let's... Is there more? No. Okay. I also don't know how much randomization they did in this game as opposed to Sunless Sea. I think they have some. I'm just not exactly sure. So let's... I think we should head straight to New Winchester because we need to lighten ourselves a little bit. We could have maybe have picked up an additional resource, but I think we'll be fine. What the heck? I mean... Let's head slightly north to uncover more of the map. Oop. Yeah, that's a glorious dreadnought. Okay. Yeah, we'll uncover just slightly a little bit more of the map. How would that cause that lag? That'd be strange. Oh, I wonder what the Rat Brigade have to say about the giant rat statue. Apparently the one dedicated to the rats of science or some such thing. Right? Yeah. So that's what's somewhere around here. Here it is. Memorial to the Unknown Rat. They didn't seem to have anything to say about it. Ooh. Not particularly interested in... Yeah, I'm not particularly interested in fighting them off. We seem to be doing fine. With stock at the homestead, settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. The homestead is warm and welcoming in the wide night. Its windows are gilded with lamplight. A sturdy settler beckons you in. We can spin them a yarn. Ooh, for supplies. Leave swiftly, or if you had musicians. Oh, we can get bronze wood by trading them munitions. That's good to know. Let's do this. That actually seems worth it. It's only one supply, but that still seems worth it. Although we do need sky stories. I don't know exactly how many, but we need them for our ambition. But that's also like a long-term goal, not a short-term one, so... The clamor of New Winchester can be heard on the wind, familiar as a disagreeable uncle. Is that another marauder? No, that's a Tackety scout. Oh, we're not actually at war with the Tacketies. UCE, never surrender? I wonder what exactly that means. Like, I understand what never surrender means, but I wonder what UCE is. Like, what that stands for. Oh, a touch of the sky. Skyfarers exposed to the haunting light of the stars are prone to sudden obsessions and erratic behavior. A junior signaler is discovered in the hold amidst a pile of dissected books. She's cutting out words and grouping them in clusters to represent a new system of linguistic categorization. Narrative is preposterous and occlusive, she informs you. Meaning is the only sensible foundation for classification. You examine her arrangements of words, light and law sit side by side. Nearby, conjunction, philosophy, and faction huddle together. We have a 61% chance success of just sending them back to work. We can issue an additional supply, which we could kind of get away with. Or we can combine them to quarters, where they can do no harm. Let's try to send them back to work. Oh, we failed. You hurried them back to work with a carefully stewed mix of encouragement and chastisement, but their obsessions only continue to consume them. They make mistakes, some of which are dangerous, and their persistent oddness unsettles the crew. We lost 3 hull and gained 5 terror. That's very unfortunate. Also considering we're very short on money at the moment. We are home. And we have a couple of port reports. Actually, let's do that first. So we'll turn in the port reports, get that money, go back down, settle our debts or differences. And with that, we should be doing fine. Discontent. A junior signaler receives a dose of medicinal port in the infirmary after seeing a frozen corpse spin past a window. The experience has shaken him. The dead are hungry, he says. We need to make an offering, or it'll come back a knocking at the hull. We could jettison some supplies. We are close enough. Yeah, we have Heirs of Terror. We could reprimand him. Double back for the corpse and loot it? That seems awful. Lower terror by 50, but increase your nightmares. Our nightmares are untroubled, so, like, I don't think I'd really want to do that. Let's spin the supply. The rations spin away into the cellar's mists. You will mourn the biscuits. Some of them had chocolate on. Some of them had chocolate on. Them? Right as we were going into the dock. So we actually need another one of these minister stamped permits. So that's enough to now get through the Albion station. Let's deliver our port reports so we have a little bit of money. They're still both struggling. Yeah. Let's also get another saloon stewed gossip. Okay. So now we're doing okay on money and okay on a lot of other things. We've lost a lot of our influence with them, but that's easy enough to get back. Yeah, we're not going to Victory Hall. We're gonna go to New Winchester. And with, like, we seem to be doing okay at the moment, for the most part. So, cramped in the dark would require fresh material for their continued study and encouragement. 5 consignments of ministry approved literature. Ooh, we could pay, well, we don't know where to get stained glass from, though. It's also some place where we don't actually know where it is. So let's store... The hours seem useful. The bronze wood is certainly useful. I don't know what to do with the paned glass window. Also, munitions also seem somewhat useful, so let's keep those. Let's sell... Oh my goodness, it sells for so much. That alone seems worth it. So that brings us up to 6 on both. Is that what we want to do? I don't think we have a reason... I don't really think we have a reason not to. So we again don't have much to our name. Yeah, I don't know where to get either one of those things, so let's not do that. I want to check up on our ambition. We need 7 Tales of Terror and 9 sky and 7 sky stories. So we only need a few more Tales of Terror to be able to actually start that. We're not investigating the black box because we want to actually take it somewhere. We have plenty of crew. Let's explore the city. Let's search for the Amenable Host's identity. A titan of industry. Those are rare outside of Albion. The initial search is fruitless. People giggle the antiquated fashion on display in the daguerreotype, the tilt of the jaw, the unfortunate arrangement of hair. But the proprietor of the round table seems to recognize the face. Oh yes, right sod he was. She holds the locket up to catch the falling starlight through a window. Wanted to open a factory here a few years back. Something went wrong and there was a workers' revolt. Not been seen since. Apparently that's not considered conclusive. So at this point, there's only one more location to check, and we don't actually know how to get to that location. Yeah. Let's see. I think we're doing pretty alright at the moment. So I think with that, that will be the end of this episode. Although I will quickly walk through what I'm thinking our next plans are. We're still searching in this. Maybe it's over here. I think we're still searching in this sort of area for that location that we're looking for. But I think I want to go back to Leadbeater and Stainrod. I'm wondering if that request that we had early on over there is finally ready. If it's been cooking. We were supposed to wait 15 days, but I don't know when we started that. I guess I could technically check the video. I have it recorded, so I could actually check the date on the video. Hopefully. But I think we'll just go by there, pick up another port report from there, and see where we go from there. So with that, I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.